shit. We've never had this kind of conversation before. You are so next level, I can barely keep up with you. You're literally breaking my shit. I want to record this shit.
I'm not breaking your shit.
I do.
Sorry, but I'm not.
Oh my God! Like seriously, you're seriously showing up, and the world isn't. I mean, come on! I had to just now see this.
Well, it's funny because like I said, when I was talking to James, I'm like, he's like, dude, he's like, correct me if I'm wrong. You're comparing yourself to Rock. I'm like, yeah, because she has this going on, she has this going on. And he's like, she's 50 years old. I said, okay, and he's like, what is it? You that we were talking where like 5 minutes ago you just told me you're 24? I'm like, yeah. He goes, so you're stressing out and you're squirmy because you're not where a 50-year-old is. Got it. I'm like, man, don't make it sound like my problem in my head is only in my head, boo. Like, come on now. I didn't say that to him.
Until now.
Yeah, I guess that's until now. But it was, I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I'm comparing myself to
James, this conversation is so next level, dog. What are we talking about right now?
Dude, like, I mean, I'm sure there's freaking
oh my God.
Kids that are, I mean, not kids, because I am someone's kid, but still, I'm sure there are young adults that are my age that are millionaires. So you can't say that I'm comparing myself. I said Rock is just the person who's my immediate reality right now.
Right.
I said, but I'm sure if I go on Google or the Forbes, you know, under 30 freaking millionaires, I can find them. I said, and I'm not, I said, you know, I have 6 years. So that's like my thing. I'm like, yeah, right now I'm comparing myself to Rock just because she was the first person I thought of that isn't in my household.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, like, she has so much stuff going to where, like, if she told me she was a millionaire, I'd be like, yeah, I believe you. You got a lot of shit going on. You got multiple streams.
Right.
And then you still going to hot yoga and Mexico? Yeah, you're living it. And you're catching planes to go see people? Yeah, you're living the life. I believe you. I'm bought. I'm sold.
Wow.
You know, so, like, that's why she's like, no, girl. She goes, baby girl's not that hard. I said, what do you mean? You also have 26 more years on this earth than I did. She goes, but I also did it as a single mom. I said, facts. That is true. I said, basically, I'm like a single mom. But, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, it is frustrating because I do forget that although I'm around all these 30, 40, 50-year-olds who are wildly successful in their lane and trying to become more successful and or famous or whatever their goal is, you know, before they leave this earth, I'm like, fuck, dude, all I do is go to the gym and go to work. Yeah. I mean, there has to be, like, I was like, you guys make it seem like a lot and fun all at the same time. So I'm like, dude, is there like a way to not look like I'm doing a lot and have fun all at the same time? Because y'all be doing a lot.
Facts.
You know, but that's why I said, like, you know, I'm down to work as much hours as I need to work, as long as it's for myself and the family and
you're such a celebrity right now. Like, people see you.
I mean, I guess.
But we have to connect them to you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we had to start Moist Marketing and getting all this other stuff for you. So you tell them how you feel about that.
About what?
Moist Marketing. Right.
That's where you have to be.
What?
That's where you have to be.
Right. But they don't know what that means, though.
You must market. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I just...
So Moist doesn't bother you. We just got people's attention and like, hey, we need to talk to you.
Right.
Right. So now the microphone is yours.
Right.
So speak into it. What do you want?
I just want to live my life and continue being happy. I don't even like... I don't like when people say I want to be successful because the bar always moves. I just want to be happy to the point to where, you know, I move the way I want to, have people that love me around me, and just, you know, see the world and gain more perspective. Because I know...
And what perspective?
Gain more perspective.
Okay, gain more perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
And see, you know, what it's like to be in a third world country where, you know, they're happy just because you gave them a bag of rice and you're living in their house for a month.
Yeah.
And they're feeding you every day.
Yeah.
But you gave them a bag of rice and $500. You know, like, I want to see what that's like. And know that, although I do struggle, that I am living a very blessed life, and I want to be able to be in that reality for a little bit, so I can also see the other person's narrative.
Yeah.
Because if that's something that I can help them with and help them break out of that pain point, then I will. But if it's even just experiencing what they go through on a daily basis, that they're still having the will to fight through.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's people in third world countries. I'm sure the death rate in third world countries are a lot higher than in America, just because of medicine and all this other stuff.
Right.
But I also want to see what it's like to be in a third world country, not on a resort, but just be in it and just absorb it. Because I know, like I said, people have it really easy. Even if you live in, like how we talked about the projects in California.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as projects in California.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
well, why do you care about all this stuff?
Because, you talk about remaining grounded.
Me?
Yeah, you talk about how, like, there's certain things that hold you back to remain grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously family's one of them. I'm not saying family holds me back, but I want to also feel like I am not missing out.
Yeah.
And I think that was
this conversation is so next level.
I think that was always my biggest thing growing up, because I've never been to a football game.
Yeah.
Never. I've never been to prom.
Yeah.
Never. So, what if my first ever dance I get asked to by, Dwayne Johnson?
Shout out
Dwayne Johnson. If the first
sponsor.
Michael B. Jordan, just saying. If my first ever dance I go to is like a Met Gala or something like that, like that would be something that I would be super honored to go to. Because I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I feel like I missed out on football games or whatever. It's still an experience I would want to go to. I don't care to do it right now.
Yeah.
But it's definitely on my list of things to do. Like, if I go to a football game, it's gonna be the Super Bowl. I don't care for football. I don't care who's playing, but I'm gonna be in Super Bowl and at the Skybox.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be things like that.
Like you've watched me do.
Right. It's just one of those things where I don't want to feel like, because I grew up so fast, which is probably why I have a hard time remembering that I am 24, that the things that I chose not to do, I have the freedom to do it, but at a higher level.
Yeah.
At a bigger platform.
Yeah.
At a bigger stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, and I don't want to live my life wishing I could.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the thing that I hear most adults say, oh, I wish I could, or if I didn't have my kids, I would have done this, or if I didn't do this, and I would have done this. I'm like, but then just do it. Because to me, like, that's how people become miserable. Is because they wish they could have, or they said, oh, they wait until the other shoe to drop to do something. I'm like, why? If you have the resources and you have it, just do it.
Because they don't see this conversation.
Yeah.
They don't. How many times have you had this conversation?
Not many.
How many? When you say not many, I wasn't included in any of them, was I?
No, you were.
Okay.
So it's only been with you,
but this is part of this communication, though.
Right.
In order for us to grow and everybody else to grow around us, we have to see them too.
Right. And I just like I think. Well, I just also don't have that many people that I care about.
Yeah.
That's also another thing, like just having quality people that I care about around me too. Which I mean, for the last 7 years, I've just been focused on grinding. I don't care what happens around me. I'm just here and I'm in this lane, and I need to focus on this lane, and that's it. Like, nothing's gonna get in my way of this lane. But my thing is, I also realize that I'm not immortal, and I realize that I'm getting older. And I also have things that I want to accomplish in life, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna blink and I'm 35, and next thing you know, I'm married and have kids, and I'm gonna be like, hold on, I played so hard in this lane and I shut everyone else out. I don't know what else the fuck to do, and now I'm still working my 12 hours a day job 7 days a week, and I don't get to see my kids grow up. Like, that's not the life I want to live.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I'd rather get all of that stuff out of the way now. Like, I'm okay if you know, our business requires me to hop on planes for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because one, it's for us, and two, I don't have that responsibility or yearn to watch my kid grow up because I don't have one yet.
Yeah.
You know, that's my biggest thing. I know for you it was tougher because you had us at home, and you know we were struggling and stuff like that. But my thing is like because I don't have that yet, it's like I would be Fred 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I would be doing it on my terms, at my leisure, in my way, without having to worry about. Wait, is my kid failing in school?
Yeah.
Wait, my kid just got her period for the first time and no one's home to go buy her fucking pads? What?
Yeah. You want to be present and able and
right.
limitless.
Right. In every avenue, every lane of my life. Whether it's traveling, whether it's relationships, whether it's with my children, my spouses.
Shout out sponsors.
You know, so it's like, it's one of those things where I think that, like we were talking about earlier, people overcomplicate all of this. Like, life is, you know, I mean, trust me, if you would have tried to have this conversation 4 months ago, I'd tell you to go F off and go into my room.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I think it takes moments like that, you know, the breaking points to create the stretch marks to get you here.
Thank you.
You know,
that's the first time I think you've seen me like that.
You know, and it's tough and it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know, because to break and stretch, and also when you break, you also have to pick up the pieces. But what pieces are worth picking up?
Yeah.
That's what I had to take a look at and remember, because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, no one's getting younger here. If there's a medicine to make you go younger, let us know. We're here for it. We'll subscribe. We'll pay a monthly fee. You know? But at the same time, like, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, what? It takes the same amount of effort on this life to do good than to continue living miserable.
Yeah.
And that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I could continue to be miserable and bitter because, truthfully, circumstantially, nothing has changed in my reality in the last 90, 120, 160, 200 days. Nothing has truly changed other than how I viewed it. You know, and that's my biggest thing is you can try to change my mind, but I made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I am going to be happy, and I am happy, and I just don't want my happiness to be conditional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm happy because I had a great month at work. I'm happy because of I just want to be unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I want my life to be. So for someone to be like, oh, I'll be happy once I'm successful, you're putting a condition on it. I don't want to put a condition on anything in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how for the longest time, I even said this to Rock. I said, call my dad, ask him, when did I tell him I was going to be pregnant? And she's like, when? I said, I told him, I don't care how it's going to happen. When I'm 26, I will be pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And
she goes, okay. I said, yeah, I'll be 25 in like 4 months. I said, it takes 9 months to have one of these suckers. It's not happening. And she goes, when did you change your mind? I said, this year. I said, literally, every year since I was 16, all the way up until this year, I said I was going to have a kid until I'm 26. So I'm not going to do this shit anymore. I said, I got too much life to live.
Yeah.
And as long as I keep myself healthy, I'll be fine. You know, she's like, yeah, you know, 32 is a good age. 32 is a really good age. I said, right. Which is what the age I changed it to. Mm. But even then, you know,
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Like, you said decisions, but can you make and unmake contracts based on decisions? Because it takes two to agree to a decision, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So
well, you're talking about what?
Your decision-making process about how you make decisions.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Because that's like real abstract what you just said. A lot of people don't think like that. Like it kind of meh. If it breaks, it breaks. But I'm just going to keep moving this direction.
So, I think I was always that way. I was always really stubborn and strong-headed.
Oh, I know.
But I think...
But why do you think I just wrapped my arms around you?
You know, but...
Why do you think I wrapped my arms around you?
I hear you. You know, but I think, like, tact, for for example, she told me, she's like, I made the decision early on that I'm never going to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I never did.
Mm-hmm.
I said, huh? She goes, right. You would have thought that, once you turn a certain age or because you had a rough day at work, you want to grab a drink. She goes, no. I chose to never take a drink, never do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck by it.
Mm-hmm.
And since I had that conversation with her in October, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. So, as oddly as it sounds, I make a conscious decision every day that I'm going to be kind. That I'm going to be a nice person. I mean, sometimes it's a little hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you for being who you are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing best to bring you flowers and roses. Make sure that they're moist.
But there's sometimes where I'm having a rough, flustered day, and someone says the wrong thing, and I'm just like, get away. Like, do not be around me right now. But at the same time, I also know if you would have had this conversation with me last year, you would have had your ass handed to you hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's just progress. It's a little progress.
Yeah.
I snapped at you at 7:55. We leave in 5 minutes. I should have waited 5 minutes to get my car, get mad. But it's fine. It's progress. You've been pissing me off since 8:30 this morning.
Wow.
So that's one of the things.
That is really being kind.
It's
Thank
tough.
you.
It's tough.
Thank you.
And I also learned to be not as critical of myself. And I think that's what also comes with it too. Because as critical as I am with someone else is just as critical as I am with myself.
Yeah.
So that's also something I had to learn too. Had to learn to unlearn to relearn. Was, hey, they're fucking trying too.
Yeah.
You're trying as hard. Maybe they didn't have to make the conscious decision to be kind today, but maybe they haven't eaten food since 2 days ago. Maybe their clothes smell a little weird because they didn't have enough money for the washer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, when I put it into perspective that way, what are the chances of that really happening? Probably none. But the chances of me being where I was 4 months ago was really none. But it was, and that was my reality. So anything and anybody and anything could have snapped me 4 months ago.
Yeah.
As strong, it could have taken, what is it, the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you freaking could have blew on me.
And you transformed. What inspired you to transform? Because that's a tough one. A lot of kids are going through that right now.
Gratitude. I think gratitude is the biggest thing because people forget, and it's one of those things where I forgot. Getting into my car every single day that I wanted 2 years ago, or into a house that we all built together from the ground up, literally fundamentally, picking out the colors and the patterns and all this other stuff. I forgot that.
I never saw that until now.
I forgot that it was the whole just figuring it all out, and and I'm sure at that moment 5 years ago when we built the house, I'm sure we were going through hard times, but the end result was a beautiful home. And that's where my brain was like, why are you so focused on this right here when the end result is going to be so much better? Just because you missed your flight and your baggage got lost, and then next thing you know, you showed up to the wrong hotel, but you had the best week vacation of your life. You don't remember, by the end of your trip, you don't remember the shitty freaking missing the flight, losing your baggage, showing up to the wrong place, because at the end of the day, it's still going, one, at least for me, it would have made me more thankful for the trip, and thankful for what I have, knowing that I went through all those obstacles, than for someone to be like, hey, don't forget I booked your trip to Paris. I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, some people do want to give them some, and trust me, there's moments where I want it given to me too.
Yeah.
There's very, 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 very much moments where I'm like, can I just I joke around about it. I'm like, I was born into the wrong family. Because, man, I really have to work my ass off. Why can't I just be part of the DTCT
People are already there.
and just chill. And
we got connections now. That's what makes it so dope. Like, we've got connections in that lane.
Right.
That's how insane this really is. But, you know, we had to build something so people could finally see us.
Right.
That's what the problem was. That's the reasons why when you drove me out of that last place, you know, I was flying spaceships and we were leaving out in S550.
Right.
That you got.
It's just one of those
what are we
things.
talking about right now? And how old were you when that happened? When I left. 2016.
2016, so that was 5 years ago? So
Yeah.
19?
19. So you already bought an S550 for us. Hold up. No. Who does that? You.
It's just like one of those things that I forget
Bars.
that I was that able.
Yeah,
right? Or
bars.
that I am that able.
Yeah.
You know, because...
You're like been the sleeper of the whole family all of this time.
Yeah.
So, and to your point, I don't want you all out there.
Right.
But it's just like you said, this is people are just going to come to this.
Right.
Who need to hear this.
Right.
That's how that happens.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I had coffee with me once upon a time.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be proud just because they know me through association.
Yeah.
I want them to be proud because, like, they're like, no, dude, we had Friendsgiving. That shit was bumping. Like, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so,
same
like,
thing with mine.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
whose was doper? Because I don't know. I didn't go to yours.
well, no, I'm talking about for the future.
Okay.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those things to where, like, I want it to be where, you know, if we do something, or when we do something like that again, like your Friendsgiving, like, and everyone's like, hey, we still got a lot to talk about, but we need to take a quick power nap. We're knocking out. Like, all right, dope. Like, there can be 4 people fit on the couch there. You ain't that cute. You can't sit down. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be like, it's just like one of those things where it's an open community, where it's just something that, you know, like, yeah, like, you got it, girl. Like, you got it going on, but shit, I see you hurting.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make that hurt into money?
Yeah.
Like, it'll make it hurt a little nicer.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just one of those things where I think what truly made me change, you know, like I said, is gratitude, but also just taking a step back for a second.
Half second step back, Thought Leader Academy. We talk about that.
Just taking a step back for a second and be like, fuck, okay, now I'm done. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, shit, that fucking sucked. Yeah, someone just freaking smacked the shit out of my head. That fucking hurt. Okay, like, acknowledge it and move on.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of it, where I was failing as well, because a few months ago, I would like half-ass acknowledge it, ignore it, and then pretend like I moved on. You know, the whole fake it till you make it motto that everyone was taught since the beginning of time. I think that's what hurt me the most, is just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna fake be nice to you, and then I'm pissed off that I'm fake being nice to you because I don't want to fuck with you anymore, and then I'm all the way pissed off because you're still breathing. Like, huh? Like, wait.
Wow.
All because I didn't say sorry to you? Like, you're mad that I'm breathing? Like, that's a little extreme, bitch. Like, you need to tone it down some.
Okay. See, thank you for helping me understand finally what's going on, okay?
What?
I gotta catch up. See, I told you, y'all broke my shit. Y'all done ran out the gate and shit. I'm like, kids, come here, wait. Like, we're just getting started. Right. Okay, I see you now. Okay, fair. Like, fair and facts. Okay?
Like, that's
flowers.
That's where my brain goes.
Just receive my flowers.
I receive them.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just where I am sometimes. I'm like, dang, dude, you stepped on my foot. And you didn't even mean to, but, like, you felt you stepped on my foot, right?
Yeah.
My foot ain't that small. So, like, just like how I say acknowledge, accept, and move on. Like, you didn't even acknowledge what you stepped on my foot. I'm gonna accept that shit, you know what I'm saying? But
oh my god, this is so next level.
But it's just one of those things to it, because
shit.
It's like, one, I understand people hate confrontation. As direct as some people can be.
Yeah.
As all people
like
can
me.
be.
Yeah.
They hate the confrontation.
Yep.
And I hate the confrontation, as direct as I am. But, you know, you get over that hump of the, hey, I need to talk to you, and it's just like, huh? I don't even talk to you like that. Why do you want to talk to me for?
Yeah.
But, you know, acknowledge, accept, and, you know, go through it. It's better to go through it than look at it and be like, ooh. and then back out.
Mm-hmm.
For me, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Some people prefer to analyze and go the other direction. I understand that. My thing is, I like to see everything all the way through, even if I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
I'd rather go all the way through it knowing that I did it and taking whatever
You should really be doing video on yourself right now. Because people need to really see how into it you are as far as being the dopest motherfucker on the planet.
I'm alright.
Well,
next to you know what I'm saying? I'm Fred 2.0.
I know you got your own lane. They don't really realize how I've let y'all grow. Like, it had nothing to do with 2.0, but somebody had to provide a framework, because we talked about it when you were younger. You were your indigo child, and people didn't know what that even meant. They thought, like, what? I was like, yeah, go to YouTube, and here she is. So y'all thought that was some kind of joke. She has a whole bunch of people like her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different paths that people can take. This is what's working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I tried the other way, and like I said, 4 months ago, it was not. The conversation would be way different.
Yeah.
Way different. There probably wouldn't even be a conversation.
Yeah.
But I mean, just I think maybe in a very long way to getting to the short 2 words. I think gratitude and acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, one, acknowledge yourself, acknowledge what's going on, you know, and just going from there.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can be the biggest planner and the most expert planner that you can be,
Mm-hmm.
but shit happens.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Life will knock you on your ass quick.
Yeah.
And sometimes you did it to yourself. And that's what happened to me. I did it to myself. It is what it is. But, I mean...
But it's what we're making it down, right?
Right.
Together.
Right.
Because you're teaching me and I'm teaching you. That's what people got to realize. I don't have all of this shit figured out. You've watched me not be here. Right. You've got the other side of me that we've never talked about.
Right.
You know? So we can walk down that path together, because, like you said, if we're going to cry... well, shit. Yeah. We haven't started crying.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But you know, it's just like, we've done a lot in a short period of time since I've been off those planes.
Right.
And I know I can't buy back that time. But like I said, this is a legacy play for me. Mm-hmm. Because I love you so much. I'm just like, we can walk through the rest of our lives together, and everything we touch just becomes the way we think it should be.
Right.
In our world.
Right.
Because everybody's thoughts are their own things.
Right.
This is what we've created, and this is kind of like our movie.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would just, I mean...
Did that make sense, though?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course. And my thing, like, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to impact every life that I touch. I'm going to try my best to, but at the same time, if they're not ready for it, then they're not ready for it.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them for that either.
Yeah.
I can't force someone to take that next opportunity knowing that they have someone having their back. I can't force them to go on that diet plan knowing that they're obese. I can't force them to do anything. You know, they have to want it themselves, but I'll 100% support them any way they decide to go. But, you know, at the same time, I just have to accept and acknowledge and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just where I'm at. So,
I'm growing too.
We always are. You're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah.
My dad told me that. But we also always have to water our grass too. You know, that's what I have to learn. Sometimes when you're ready to tuck her out, water your grass a little bit.
Yeah.
Give yourself the flowers. Buy yourself some flowers.
Yeah.
You know, I always joke around with one of my friends. She goes, "My marriage sucks. He never does this for me." I said, "Did you let him know?" She goes, "No." I said, "Huh?" I said,
your face is priceless when you do that.
Like,
we don't know this stuff.
I said, "So you're meaning to tell me you like chocolates and flowers, but your husband doesn't now?" Cool. So, do you want me to text them? I mean, as long as you're okay with me having your husband's number, because I feel like that's also a different avenue that we're about to get into.
This is a real true story?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this conversation happened like last week.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, so, I mean, by no stretch of the imagination are either of them perfect and or should be married. But I guess they found each other and they married themselves. Is really what happened.
Bars.
But that's neither here nor there. I said, so, we have a problem that he gets home before you do and things aren't done around the house. She goes, right. I said, does he know that there's things supposed to be done around the house? She goes, well, it's like simple, like laundry, this, that, the other. I said, well, okay, let me put, okay.
Wow.
So if you're the one that always does the laundry, and the laundry's always done, what makes you think he's gonna just randomly go check the hamper to see if you need to do laundry?
Oh my God.
Or that you didn't do laundry yesterday? I'm just curious, because if laundry day is on Tuesday and it's Monday, and my brain goes, oh, my wife does laundry on Tuesday.
Bars.
She goes, well, it'd be nice if. I said, before you finish,
wow.
I need you to understand, it would also be nice if someone decided to say, hey, AJ, I'm going to pay your car payment. I know it's due on the 15th. I'm going to pay it for you.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, why would they do that? I said, right, because I've been paying my car payment for the last 15 months, right? She goes, yeah.
This is real. This really happened.
Real.
Wow.
This is real.
Wow.
And she's like, well, but if you have your a husband, I said, okay, we ain't going to show them the fact that I don't have a husband, but that's fine. Kim Johnson, we waiting.
Still endorsements.
You know, but like, I'm like,
it's moist.
I'm like, no, I'm not going to expect my husband to randomly make the car payment that I've been making for the last 15 months.
Right.
It's an auto payment. I don't want to look at that payment every single month. But you've been married for 8 years. So you're telling me you've been doing laundry on Tuesdays for the last 8 years, and all of a sudden you want him to do the laundry and you didn't tell him. Alright then, sounds like you don't know how to talk, but it's funny because you're talking to me about it. So you either want to leave your marriage because you want me to tell you to leave your marriage, which I'm not going to do. I don't endorse divorce.
Right.
You want to bitch, and I'll listen to you bitch all day. That's fine. But what we're not going to do is you're going to bitch and then not take my advice and then continue to bitch about it because you're asking me for advice and you want to do nothing about it. Well, that's what we're not going to do. And third, you just don't want to be in your marriage anymore.
Wow.
So what is it?
Wow.
Because you told me your deeds, you've told me his deeds. It sounds like it's tit for tat at this point.
Wow.
So is it really the laundry? Is it really the steak that you didn't like to eat?
Wow.
What is it?
This is amazing. These conversations happen.
Yes.
Wow.
Because I do, okay, my thing is...
So you're not selling cars anymore. What are you doing now? I know.
But my thing is, like...
Look, you guys are going to have to buy 2 to 3 cars from her moving forward before you can be coached by her. Come on, man.
My thing is, like, what we're not going to do is you're not going to tell me how to show up as your friend and be like, girl, I just need to talk to you. I need a vent.
Is this someone who bought a car from you?
No, this is one of my friends' cousins.
Okay.
That I know. Right? Like, you're not going to tell me how you want me to show up and say, girl, I just need a vent. I'm going through it. Okay. And then you go, what do you think I should do? And then every recommendation.
So wait, you're legitimately doing women's empowerment right now.
Yes, pretty much.
How did you even get in that lane?
Being a successful woman in a male-dominant industry.
Ooh. You know, you're right. See, look, you gotta understand about how I've been in a car game. I'm like hanging out with, we're just doing like high level alien shit at that level. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know that we're father and daughter. They don't know. This is the first time they're like possibly putting dots together.
That's smart still.
Well,
we can spell it all out. We can put pictures next to each other. They still can't see it. You'd be like, oh, they just he must have visited her dealership. He must have took her to lunch. She's kind of cute.
Bars.
No, don't throw dirt at me like that.
Moist marketing, old car dog, come at your boy. Because it's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, like...
This is amazing.
Like,
oh my God. Brilliant.
You know, that's just what it is.
Wow.
But that's just...
And I totally forgot about that because I don't think about shit like that.
Right.
I didn't train you to be like that, did I?
I mean, you...
Did I?
No, yes and no.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you always taught me not to, like, throw dirt on people's name. You always taught me never to disrespect someone, whether it was a colleague or you know, someone because of a certain title. You know, because I've worked with a lot of people that didn't believe in me because, I mean, I had someone that didn't want to give me a certain position at work because I was a girl and I didn't need the money because I was still a kid. Like, you can't tell me what I need. Sorry. You're not living my life. You don't live in my household. You can't tell me what I need and what I don't need. And even if you do live in my household, you don't know what goes on in my brain. You don't know what decision I have to make every morning when I wake up. So don't tell me if I deserve the job or not because I'm qualified, but you don't think I deserve the job because of my age or because I'm a girl.
But we got past all of that, though.
Right. But that's...
How do we do it?
I mean, I took a chance. I said, well, I'm still going to do it. I don't care. And he said, well, if you fail, then you won't have a job in 90 days. I said, okay, no problem. I just won't fail. Kind of easy, right? If you're giving me the option, like if you're telling me what's going to make me lose my job, which is failing, then I just won't fail.
Ooh, bars.
like how?
That's
like
a moist one. God damn it! Shout out.
How is that so hard to understand?
It's impossible. Here's why. Because remember, I've been playing at a high level since you know, you're my daughter.
Right.
You already met me when I was already in the airplane.
Right.
So you're getting whiplash right now as to these lanes colliding right now. Because when they find out that you're the world's #1 salesperson, it's just like, oh, that's Fred's daughter. Holy shit.
Right.
Ta-da! You know, like here we are.
Right.
You know, because we know so many people in the car game that we all need to be talking about some more shit that needs to be happening, right?
Right.
Because we got some smart people around us.
True. Or people that can be coached up to be playing with us.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, I wasn't always in this space. Like I said, I wasn't in this space 4 months ago. You know, so it's also one of those things to where I think that, most of the time, I can't say every single time, but most of the time, 80% of the time, it's in your own head. So I think once I got out of my own head, you know, and that also includes self-doubt or holding on to something, and if you don't get the answer, you create your own narrative. Because, you know, everyone's been ghosted. You know? I had a guy ghost me.
What?
We ain't
Hold up.
We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
Okay. Getting cut. Shit. Loud and clear. We will talk offline. Fuck you. Swipe. Moist marketing. The nigga swipe a card.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, the funny thing is, the second that you don't get the result that you want, you create your own narrative of what happened. You know, I know that person was going through a lot of transition, and you know, I know sometimes I'm not the easiest cup of tea. Sometimes I'm a little bitter until you add a little Splenda to me, you know. But then, why are you downplaying yourself just to finish this false narrative of, sorry, you just worked too much?
Because the way that your mind works is not like any other on the planet.
Right.
You're my daughter, for crying out loud.
Right.
Come on, man.
I agree. You created this monster.
So you're able to communicate with me like this now, but we've never had a chance to do it until now.
Right.
We haven't had that space until now.
Right.
So that's why we had everybody at our Friendsgiving to just remember who we are.
Right.
Kind of level set things.
Right.
Just like, yo, all right, now do we see each other? Okay, great.
Right.
You know, you'd be like, hey, Pops got y'all here for a reason.
Right.
Like, let's talk.
Right.
Because speed is power in what we do.
100%. And a lot of the times in life, speed is always power. You always want to strike when the iron's hot. I just think that a lot of the times people, like I said, they're in their head about it. They have self-doubt about it. They don't know what to do next.
But did I ever do that to you, though?
Give me self-doubt.
No, as far as like when it's just raising you.
No.
Yeah. Because people don't understand that, like, this, how success, how they, like you said, how they label success is all in just how we move.
Right.
Right? But something that we're saying because we've been doing it doesn't mean that it's easy for everybody else.
No. By no stretch of the imagination am I saying this journey was easy.
Yeah.
It's far from it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of, on this long journey, you kind of pull over and you look around and you're just like, wow, I'm on a tropical island and it's 78 degrees and beautiful and sunny and the birds are chirping and we're right next to the ocean. Wow. You know, and I just think that a lot of the time people get caught up in whether it's their own narrative, their own problem, their own job, their own marriage, whatever they get caught up on, whatever the excuse is to stop your journey is literally that. It's your excuse.
Mm.
You know, I'm not saying that I understand that people go through divorces, they get cheated on, or they get fired from their job, they get laid off because of whatever reason. I understand that. I'm not downplaying that by any stretch of the imagination. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, instead of looking at it as, you know, this got done to me, why not look at it as an opportunity? Why not look at it as a way to, now you have all this time to figure out what you're really passionate about, because you complained 80% of the time at your job mm-hmm. that you hated your job, and then you got laid off because of whatever reason. Mm-hmm. So why not use it?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get unemployment anyways if you live in California. Just saying.
Bars.
So,
legal disclaimer: we're not. No hell. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to go through a little bit of pain, you know, at least leverage your pain a little bit. Don't drink yourself to death. Don't put your health in jeopardy because of it. I mean, like I said, I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did the whole partying because, you know, I got broken up with or whatever the situation is. Like, I get it. You know, it's.
Did you ever feel the need to reach out to me though at all?
I mean, yeah, right. No, because I didn't want you going out there being like hunting these people down. I'm like, oh, dude, it ain't that serious. I'm just in my feelings a little bit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you already know.
Like, I knew he's not worth it, but like my feelings still kind of hurt. A little sensitive.
Because I love you. That's all. Accent. I mean, what kind of dad would I be if I didn't feel that way?
True. But like I said,
you know what I'm saying? Look, you know from the streets. I'm just like, really? Why are you testing me? Right. Why are you always testing me?
With that power comes a lot of responsibility.
And love.
You know
flat out love. Flat out love.
Right.
Flat out flowers. And that's why I told you, I fucks with everybody. Because in my lane that you're now walking into, which we move completely differently. Right. And I don't want you to forget how you got here. Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, everything that you want now is practically accelerated, but we got to sit down and have these meetings with these people to wake them up and be like, hey, here's your plan, because you're the planner. Right. Does that make sense? Right. So we get your time free up so you can just plan, and we're architecting all of this stuff together. We're all doing dope shit. We're all getting paid. We're all eating. Everybody's happy. Life is good. Mm-hmm. And we keep going exponentially. Right. And then people are going to break off when they finally get it how we think, oh, okay, yeah, we can do it over here. Over here. That's how we grow. Right. You know, but we had to build that. Right. Nobody else around me that I know is building it. It's not to say it doesn't exist already. Right. But we're smart enough to be able to say, hey, we see a lot of people now. Right. We know we have a whole network who we can talk to. Mm-hmm. But we had to build that. You know, you know a lot of people.
But it's also different when you have to build it versus it being given to you.
Right.
Because I can list a few people that I know that is in our or is kind of was more so in our reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and his kids have it all.
Mm-hmm.
And but not having a debit card or credit card until you're in your 30s is a little extreme. Don't you think? Not knowing how to use a credit card is a little extreme.
Yeah.
Like as a business person, as a consumer, as a entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, as a whatever you are, you make transactions. You make relationships. Some transactions turn into relationships. How do you buy things if you don't know how you get an account number?
Wow.
Like that's one thing I will never do to my kids. I will never enable them so hard to where they don't know how to create a bank account.
Did we do that with you though?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But we personally know people that have done that to their children.
Yeah, but do you think it was a knowing problem or doing problem though? Because this information, where do you find it? How have you found it? Okay, right. So, but experience is a little bit limited versus educating people on what you know, right? And how you think through things.
Right.
So just like you talked about the other person, like, huh?
Right.
Have you? Right. So that's what we can build out because that helps you talk to who you need to talk to.
Right.
And you're not wasting your time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, when it comes to, like, over-enabling your kid, I mean, in full disclosure, I'm not a parent, so, I mean, you can tell me that I'm talking out of my asshole all you want.
I even talk from my experience. You know it.
But, I mean, I've also helped raise my siblings. You know, when you guys were working, I've also helped with a bunch of stuff. So, I've babysat a few times, you know what I'm saying? Changed a few diapers in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying?
And we honor you for that, and thank you so much. You and Yai. Because without Yai, I mean, Yai was the glue.
Yeah.
She was giving up a lot of her time.
Picking us up from school and everything.
Yeah, so that's why I love her so much. And when we do a Matsu Mas, it's just like, yo, I really mean shit.
Right.
Like, if I could do better, just let me know. I'm working on it.
Yeah, let me know.
Because
I'll add it to the checklist.
Right. That's what I was telling you, because I see you like that.
Right.
You know, and these times that we spend are just so sacred.
Right.
You know, and when we connect, but this is like a whole different new level of us connecting.
Right.
And that's why I'm super excited.
Me too. I am really excited. It's just definitely a big stepping stone for both of us and for myself as a young adult, because I ain't old yet. So, but I mean, that's just one of those things. I mean, like, if to not over enable someone, it's tough because I'm 100% aware that there's a fine line, even being a co-provider of a household. You know, of just not saying, oh, here, let me just do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the money to do this. Just go do this. Like, it's very hard to not just do it because you want to do it out of love. You want to enable someone because you're doing it out of love. But when it's to the part to where it's harming them, and I feel like, I feel truly that you feel it in your body when you're overdoing it. Like when you're applying too much pressure on someone, or when you're doing more things for this person than you know you should. I know you feel it in your body because I feel it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of shitty.
Well, sometimes you can't because of
any type of blockage and stuff.
Yeah. Right? And remember, that's why you also went through Hoffman.
Right.
We got those emotions.
Right.
But if we don't even know we have emotions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think, when you enable someone and they take full advantage of it, I think anyone with a 10-foot pole knows what it feels like to be taken advantage of.
Are you up to some coaching right now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the reasons why I had y'all have a dictionary all this time.
Right.
What does enable mean? See? Nobody might know.
Right.
We go to the dictionary.com, agree on that's the word we need to talk like.
Right.
Then we can have a more transparent conversation based on the standard.
Right.
Have you done that?
No.
Right. So
right.
we talked about, and it sounds a little weird, but the more we talk to people like that, say, hey, you know what, let's make sure that I'm on the right page with you. And you just say blah, blah, blah. And I do it all the time.
Right.
And people actually thank me for it. Because I fucks with everybody. I'm just like, I have to figure some shit out, and I will do it, and it may be clunky at first, but fuck it, it's better. And then I put it on Facebook, and people, well, yeah, I tried that shit, it works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, can we like stop playing games? We got my daughter here. We got shit we want to do with everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who speaks like that? Nobody. Until now. And that's what we do. But we had to do it.
Right. Well, like you said, it is clunky. Life is always gonna be a little clunky. I mean, it's just like every new beginning. I mean, it seems like rainbows and sunshines in the beginning, and then it gets a little clunky. You know, and then you're just like, shit, we made it through that. What else can hit us? And then something else hits you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, damn.
Yeah, it gets really. You start getting into the asteroid belts.
Right.
It starts getting really dense and heavy, and
right.
It's a lot of shit. And that's what I've experienced before. And the thing about it is, it's different this time. You know, it's our family.
Right.
It wasn't just me.
I agree.
So, as we're walking through this, that's all I want you to realize, that I see you. It's not always an easy conversation, but we still see each other.
Mm-hmm.
You're coaching me, and vice versa.
Right.
So, that's it.
I agree.
Love you.